Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today, what you're actually going to be watching is a vlog that I did with my son this summer. I'm super proud of this because it's the first time that I was able to take my son up there on the mountain. That's something that I've been dreaming of doing for a few years now. I was just super stoked to be able to take him up there and share that experience with him, okay? Because that is, to me, that's like, I'm super stoked about this because I loved that trip up there, even though it was fairly rough for a while. That was like one of the highlights of my summer, and I wanted to share it with all of you. I hope you all enjoy it. Hey everybody, we are actually heading up to the mountain here on one of the local trails. Right now we're on, the locals call it 7 Mile Trail, but its technical name I think is Eagle Trail.
Really?
I'm serious. Is it?
I don't know.
Oh, you're a lot of help, kid.
Well, I've always just called it 7 Mile. I mean, like, I'm a local.
Anyway, we're about to leave the main trail, what everybody here calls 7 Mile Trail, and we're going up what they call the Fire Watch Trail for a little ways, about 2 to 2.5 miles, and then we'll break off on a spur trail. It goes off to an old hunting camp, and then from there we can make our way up onto the mountain. It's gonna be a day. Last time I did this, it actually took me 2 days to get up there and a whole lot of timber cutting. So I'm hoping that that's not going to be the case today. Hopefully conditions will be right so we don't have to worry about all that stuff.
I mean, it's a really nice day, so I think it'll be a bit easier.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. But the ice and snow have just melted off of that mountain, so that creek crossing could be an interesting thing. We're gonna head up. That is the spur trail going up to what they call the Fire Watch, and it goes clear up on what the locals call 7 Mile Hill, and as soon as we get up on top, about 150 yards, that's when we're gonna shoot off to the left onto a spur trail. So let's see what we can do. Alright guys, from here on out, I'm gonna need both hands. This road gets pretty rough, and this is gonna be a fantastic day. This is the first time I've ever been able to make this trip with my son, and I finally get to take him up on the mountain. My son and I are at the last real mud boggy spot before we go up onto the foothill before the mountain. It doesn't look like much, honestly, but the mud that's in here that we have to go through has a tendency to act a little bit like quicksand. So it tries to suck you in and hold you there. Hopefully we can get across that first little spot, and I think I've found a trail to come across the other way. That was a little trickier than I thought it was going to be. But we get to the top of this, son, it's going to be all worth it.
We're not getting the top. We're going to the top of that one.
We're going to the mountain. We're going way up.
Yeah.
What do you think so far, son?
Oh, it's fun. It's actually, let's get poetic for a moment, okay? So we cut across this land. We don't just cut across it. We make trails. We make roads. We make mountains. Not mountains. We cut through mountains, I mean. But in Alaska, it gets very, very slushy. It has wetlands, it has rocks, it has everything that you could think of. So
within about 3 miles.
Yes. So then when all the snow melts from all these hills, like the hill behind me, all of the water comes down to these valleys, or little, what are they called? Just little valleys. And then it comes in.
We just call them saddles.
And then it muddles everything, makes it all so deep and muddy, and we create rivers actually. We don't create areas for us to go, we create rivers. It's irritating.
And this is your first time doing this kind of a ride, isn't it?
Hmm? I mean, this extreme. I've never had to cut things and put it across to get through.
Yeah, what he's referring to there is we actually did what's called corduroying across one of the mud holes back there. Just cut trees and lay them crossways the water in the mud so that you can roll across them. Yeah, second time across it failed, so we're gonna have to redo it when we go back through. Which sucks, but price you gotta pay.
Yep.
All right, let's go up farther this way.
That's the plan.
Somebody took my trail that I marked out years ago.
Does it work?
Well, it was a lot less steep than this. I've kind of wound back and forth a little bit. I don't see my flagging though, but that was like 8 years ago, man, so I don't think my flagging is even gonna be up.
I was a wee 9-year-old.
You want to know why we live here? This is why. Right behind me. I live here because I can come to places like this. It's beautiful here. To be honest, I'm not even sure this mic can pick me up with all this wind. It's the only reason I tucked back here behind the rock. Well, we've been going for 6 hours now. And we've come, well, altogether we've come about 25 miles. But we're overlooking the Tanana Valley over top of our town, sitting on a rock in some serious freaking wind. What you think, Gabe?
It's nice.
You can pretty well see forever up here. That clear out there is Fairplay, Mount Fairplay.
There's also a lot of crystal quartz here.
You still have your rock to show?
Hmm?
Still have the one in your pocket?
I have a few.
Oh shit. The wind's trying to take the camera away too. That doesn't help.
I've got a lot.
You kept quite a few.
Hmm? There's a bigger one on my four-wheeler.
Taking a break. Technically, we can still go from what looks like about 1.5 miles. Maybe farther than that, I don't know. But I'm not too sure we're gonna try that. What do you think, Gabe?
Maybe next time we're up here, but right now, it would probably be a good idea to head back home.
I'm thinking you're right. Anyway, I got some pretty decent shots of the valley here and the mountains in behind us. Those are gorgeous. I even got a shot of you riding the four-wheeler, Gabe.
I looked back and you weren't there, and I was like panicking for half a second. I was like, where are you?
It's beautiful up here though.
Mm-hmm.
But the air is really thin. We're up at about 19,000 feet right now, so it's
It's much higher than I thought.
The air is super thin. And we went for a hike a little bit ago. Man, I could barely make it back to the four-wheelers. Just really thin air because you're up high, you know. But it's really pretty. Super pretty. In fact, I'm gonna see if I can get another shot of the valley here. That is our home valley. Wind's kicking back up. But that is where we live. Strangely enough, we have enough reception up here. My son is listening to something on the phone. Pretty trip. It's gonna be a long, hard push back too, because we got a couple of places that we're gonna have some trouble. It's 6:15 at night, and I am beat right down to my socks, dehydrated, and it's time to go home. That way I can go to work in about 2 hours. I love going up to the mountain, and this time I had the chance to share it with my son. That's all I could ever ask for, okay? I've wanted to take him up there for so long. Now I finally have been able to do it. Hell yeah. Machines are covered with mud. My son is covered with mud. It's been a good day. Everybody take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day, your week, your month, your year. Just have a good time and enjoy what you're doing. Take care, y'all. Peace. I'm out.